Alô, teste. Olá, pessoas, humanas.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Então, só um instante. Olha como é legal quando passa o mouse por cima dos negócios do menu, parece que ele tá teclando. Então, é o seguinte, não dá pra pular. Eu vou estar aqui jogando... Porra, fechei a porta.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Eita caralho, não, pera. Eu vou estar jogando aqui The Stanley Parable, que é um jogo que... Ele é um jogo.
You don't say.
Eu, na verdade, já conheço algumas coisas desse jogo, mas faz muito tempo que eu vi, então... Eu vou trazer aqui pro canal porque eu quero. Porque o jogo é muito legal. O narrador desse jogo, ele tem problema. Explicando direito, eu vou estar trazendo esse jogo aqui que eu já conhecia. Eu já conhecia um pouco sobre o jogo. Eu vi ele faz muito tempo, então não lembro muita coisa. É isso aí, não vai ter muito corte, porque é um jogo que tem bastante história e coisa pra ler. Daí eu vou talvez aumentar a legenda na descrição e pá, pra vocês lerem melhor. É isso aí.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, é. Sim, esse jogo ele... Esse jogo ele tipo tem milhares de finais e tem...
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
Cala a boca.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Calma, mano, eu só tô explicando. Calma, eu vou andar, calma. Calma. Sim, todos os finais dependem assim das escolhas que a gente toma. E primeiro eu vou obedecer tudo que o narrador...
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
ele tá ficando impaciente porque eu não tô avançando. Isso é muito legal desse jogo, o narrador ele é legal. Sim, primeiro eu vou obedecer tudo que o narrador falar, depois eu vou desobedecer tudo que ele falar. O vídeo de hoje vai ser isso, e se vocês gostarem, eu faço os outros. Eu vou jogar de qualquer jeito, eu vou gravar. E se for legal, eu trago os outros também. Tá, continua. Ele falou pra mim ir pra sala de reuniões e pá, alguma coisa assim. Vai! Opa! Se tiver ouvindo uns barulhos aqui no meu quarto, problema de você. É porque tá quente. Eu liguei o ar e... Eita! Oh! As portas todas são trancadas, enfim. Folha. Ó, aqui começa. É só o que eu lembro também do jogo, calma.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Primeiramente eu vou obedecer ele, porque eu não lembro de o que acontece. Depois eu vou desobedecer tudo. Não dá mais pra mudar. Folha de novo.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Beleza. A partir daqui eu não lembro de mais nada. Na verdade eu vi bastante coisa do jogo, mas faz muito tempo esse jogo é antigo. Caralho. Esse jogo é antigo, então eu não lembro de mais nada. Eu lembro dessa sala, na verdade.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
E tipo, é legal que tipo, se eu descer, já é outra história que ele vai contar. Tá, deixa eu descer, ver o que ele fala. Não, eu vou subir. Depois eu faço isso. Depois eu faço do contrário do que ele falar. Trancado. Eu vou cortar só quando eu estiver andando, não acontecer nada, e quando ele falar, e pá, não sei o que lá. Caralho, essas portas que fecham sozinho. Ah, tem computador aqui. Nossa, que bosta o computador, meu chefe é pobre. Ah, deixa quieto.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Exatamente. Que aparece um ponto, mas eu não sei onde é que tá. Ah, sim, é que eu ia falar que ele começou a falar o ícone do jogo. Só um instante que tá um pouco...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination...
Eu realmente não sei, só um instante eu vou aumentar... Eu vou fechar minha cortina, pera. É que tava claro, o meu quarto não tava conseguindo enxergar o negócio dele direito, agora tá pra ver melhor. O ícone do jogo.
2845.
Ele fica impaciente se eu não fizer nada. Ele disse que tava atrás da mesa.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, what did he do?
Esse narrador... Achei. O narrador ele não tem... O que acontece se eu digitar agora? 2845, era essa a senha? Era essa. Oh, abriu. Enfim.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Eita. Eita. Ah, olha, unidade de controle mental. Me parece seguro.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Isso provavelmente é outro final diferente desse, mas vamos obedecer. Só da primeira jogada. É, não dá mais pra voltar.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Tem um lugar ali em cima. Deve dar pra chegar lá. O que era pra ir pra lá? É que eu nem vi que tinha essa ponte aqui. Ok. Ah, só tem isso, né?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Tá surgindo ponte, na moral. Eu nem... Ok. Qual que era o meu número mesmo? Nem sei. Era com 4, era 400 e alguma coisa.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
O narrador mandou ele ficar lá.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
É legal que cada caminho que eu pegasse, a história seria diferente.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
A base onde eles controlam a mente das pessoas. E o que são esses números? Depois eu vou vir aqui, alguma outra hora. E... onde é que desliga? Ah...
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Cusão.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Parece tão sem graça quanto a vida anterior dele. Tá, é isso que acontece se a gente obedecer. Agora putemos. Vamos putar e desobedecer qualquer coisa. Sai, porra, da dia. Fecha. Rota genocida.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Eu sei que tem muita coisa escondida nesse jogo. Eu aperto o shift e ele agacha em vez de...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Pra direita.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Tecnicamente, não dá pra desobedecer tudo que ele falar, porque ele vai narrar o que a gente fizer, então... Mas, beleza.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Primeira porta à esquerda? Não. Tá falando isso aqui? Não. E o pessoal daqui gosta de folha. Não, não minta, você está mentindo agora mesmo, pare.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Não faço ideia do que ele tá falando. Eu estou pedindo por ela.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Mano. Ele começa a falar com o jogador. Isso é muito legal. Ai. Ele vai pedir pra fazer alguma coisa. Vou desobedecer de novo. Só de sacanagem. Não sei o que ele tá falando dela, mas... Vou até fechar aqui só pra... Fechou sozinha. Fechou sozinha.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to
Ele falou
do
que é ela.
this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your
Por que
faith in
a legenda sumiu?
then pick up all this time. There's
All
someone
this
you've been
time.
neglecting, Stan. Aside.
Então,
To
quando eu
let
cheguei aqui,
her
antes
back
das
into
legendas...
your life.
Antes das
She's been
Cala a
waiting.
boca! Antes das legendas bugarem, eu tinha ido lá e eu disse que eu ia legendar no vídeo, mas eu fiquei com preguiça porque não voltou a legenda. E eu atendi tem um telefone lá dentro, eu atendi ele sem querer. E aconteceu umas coisas lá, eu vou atender só pra ver. E aí depois eu faço de novo, só que sem atender o telefone. Essa porta fecha sozinha. Ela fechou sozinha.
That's her, Stanley. You need
Puta
to
que
be the
pariu, a
one to
legenda...
do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Não, foda-se. Eu dou meu jeito de legendar. Vai dar trabalho pra caralho, então é melhor dar like nessa porra. Já deu like?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Não, agora eu vou voltar a te desobedecer. Tchau. Como é que foge?
Sorry,
Ai, cuzão.
but you're in my story now.
Ê, porra. Tá. Não dá pra desobedecer ele, né? Se ficar agachado aqui. Ok, não vai dar certo. Oi, boneco.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Eu não vou apertar. Porque... Mano, que jogo zoado. Eu acho que não vai acontecer nada se não apertar. Agora não dá pra desobedecer ele, que ele ficou puto. Ele ficou puto. Puta.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Ele tá fazendo eu ser um Stanley. Tipo, eu tô apertando aqui no meu... Eu apertei o 8 no meu teclado, daí... Ele vai me matar. Foda-se.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Ele ficou muito puto porque eu desobedeci o que ele fez. Agora não tem mais o que eu fazer além de obedecer.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Assistir? Ah, tem uma televisão.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Ele tá falando que foi eu que o Stanley tá imaginando o jogo em que ele tá agora, e aí ele tá imaginando, e ele tá no jogo, e ele... Meu Deus, que legal. E isso aqui vai se transformar no meu escritório, certeza. Ó, tem o mesmo tamanho, tem aqui a porta que eu não consigo passar, que deve ser lá a empresa ou alguma coisa assim. O que vai mudar agora? Z pra passar o tempo com os amigos. Eu não tenho amigos.
So, he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Olha que filha da puta, ele tá fazendo...
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh! Eu não sei das outros finais, mas ele contou de um dos finais e... Nossa!
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Olha que filha da puta, ele tá contando que o jogo é uma imaginação de mim mesmo que tô no jogo, do personagem que tá no jogo. E que tudo que tá acontecendo no jogo é a coisa que ele imagina. Mas aí, se tudo que tá acontecendo no jogo, isso significa que o narrador também é imaginação e eu tô gaguejando.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Tá me agoniando que não sai dessa sala. Dormir. Agora que eu morro.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Ah, tá, ele quer me guiar pra descobrir que eu tô sendo controlado, mas é ele que... Hã? Eu não sei esse jogo.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
O que é pra me fazer? Eu não... Eu não... Eu não sei. Eu não sei o que aconteceu.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Mudou. Puta que pariu, e ele ainda disse que tem alguém me seguindo. Eu acho que ainda continua no mesmo jogo do... Porque não teve um final. Eu vou continuar desobedecendo ele. O que eu puder, eu vou continuar desobedecendo, ver o que acontece. Tem tantos finais nesse jogo que, tipo, são tantas decisões que toma que... Não tem como saber o que vai acontecer. Não tem que... Fica muito indeciso. O que eu faço agora?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Eu não sei o que vai acontecer, mas eu vou desobedecer de novo.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Eu não sei se vai mudar
Perhaps he
alguma
wanted
coisa.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah, já sei o que eu vou fazer. Eu vou ir pra mesma sala e vou não atender o telefone. Ver se ele fica ainda mais puto.
Yes, what a beautiful... But eager to get back to business, Stanley was so bad at following direction.
Ah, tem outra porta ali. Tem tantos caminhos que dá tanta curiosidade de querer fazer uma coisa diferente do que eu tô planejando.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Pelo manequim ele tá falando.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Aquele manequim lindo.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Olha que sala
If you
bizarra.
can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Será que tem que só esperar? Tem uma tomada.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Uh-huh.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Ele tá vendo o roteiro do jogo.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Ok, eu descobri que a minha colega não existe. Vai passar um slide pra mim? É sério? O quê? O que eu vou fazer?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
Caralho.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
O jogo tá bugando, é sério? Que legal! Como é que... Dá pra quebrar uma... Fechar a porta? Dá pra fechar a porta? Não dá pra fechar a porta. Ok, não dá pra... Ok, sair. Ele vai mandar de volta pro escritório. Dá pra... Não dá pra abrir. Tá aí agora, Laike. Quer que eu volte pro meu escritório? Ah, vá a merda.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Agora não dá pra me desobedecer. Por isso que não dá pra pular no jogo, pra não fazer merda. Você não pode pular. Ah, tá. Ele vai muito me mandar de volta pro meu escritório. Mandar fazer tudo de novo, certo? Pera, ele falou de alguém me seguindo. Verdade, no começo do jogo ele falou de alguém me seguindo.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Já que ele não tá mais falando com o Stanley, ele não tá nem narrando, ele tá falando comigo agora. Eu tive uma lição de fazer...
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Eu quero muito saber o que acontece se eu for obedecer ali dessa vez, mas eu vou continuar desobedecendo.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Puta que pariu.
Quebrou, velho.
Eu quebrei o jogo. Ah, vou ter que... Será que dá pra me voltar? Só pra desobedecer. Será que dá pra escapar alguma coisa? O jogo tá quebrando mesmo, olha que zoado. Tá, vou vir pra cá, não tem mais o que fazer. Folha.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
Eu não posso ver o que tinha lá.
Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
Relaxa, cara.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Ó, deixa quieto que tá gravando. Vai bugar minha gravação se desligar. Eu tô na tarde, isso parece barulho da tarde.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Foi mal, cara.
Did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Ah, mas foi.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Eita.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Não dá pra voltar. Nossa, pior que ele realmente me deu um final feliz quando eu obedeci ele. Tá bom, tá bom. Vou ser bonzinho contigo. Se tu me fuder, eu nunca mais vou te confiar em ti. Ah, não tá bugado, beleza.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Não dá. Não sei. Tá diferente. Tá, deixa quieto, tá diferente. Bora ver.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Eu vou ficar quieto pra ver se ele fica puto de novo e volta a bugar o jogo. Panda.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Vamos ver se é mesmo.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
But... Eita!
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Cusão! Eu nem sei o que eu falo.
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
What the fuck?
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Meu Deus, ele tá ficando triste.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So...
Tadinho.
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Pobrezinho. Oi, eu tô aqui no finalzinho do vídeo só pra explicar. Eu fui tentar fazer o outro final, tentar falar a senha lá no controle. Nightshark 115, pelo amor de Deus. Mas ele realmente não conseguia falar a senha. Ou seja, era aquele final mesmo que tinha que ser. Bom, quanto ao jogo tem vários finais, eu sei que tem vários finais e eu tô muito curioso pra fazer os outros. Eu vou gravar e sei lá, não sei, talvez eu poste. E pá, mande esse vídeo pra alguém que não faz sentido e aí quiser fazer sentido, provavelmente na verdade vai fazer menos sentido ainda, porque puta merda, esse jogo não faz sentido. Mas é isso aí, dê like se você gostou do vídeo e eu acabei de editar o vídeo. Tchau, tô com sono, vou dormir.
garoto.